how can you make passive income with crypto? Let's talk about like how you can actually make money. So passive income. Yeah, we talked about buying low, selling high. That's what people usually think about. But what about how can you make passive income with crypto?
Yeah, so there's a lot of crypto projects now have something called staking, which basically allows you to. It's kind of like a CD, like the conventional CD accounts where you lock up your funds for a period of time. You know, it's like 5 to 10 years, and you accumulate a certain percentage of like interest rate on your funds. So very similar to that, except that a lot of these projects are now don't even require you to lock your funds up. So for example, Ethereum just recently, I think you can stake Ethereum on Coinbase, and I haven't. I think there was a waiting list on Coinbase where you could basically kind of jump in on it, and so right now, if you were to sign up, you can stake your Ethereum on Coinbase for like 6% or something
Oh,
like
okay.
that,
Okay.
which is I mean it's pretty, again, Coinbase, I trust Coinbase, so it's
Yep.
a pretty solid return if you're just, if you're planning on holding Ethereum for a long time. This is why not, right? This is 6% is pretty good. It's actually better than infinitely better at this point than anything you would get like on your funds in the bank, right? Because last time I checked, my savings account was at like 0.1%.
0.1%, 0.01 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the returns are pretty great. There's so with Cardano, I don't know how Ethereum staking works on Coinbase. I don't know if they actually lock your funds up for a period of time. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really done much with staking
Yep.
on Coinbase yet. With Cardano, it's very different. You're basically, for example, you can move your Cardano to a Cardano
Daedalus,
wallet.
Daedalus, Exodus, Euro.
Yeah, there's a number of wallets that basically support delegating your funds, your Cardano funds to a stake, and then typically the payout is like, I
Like
think
anywhere
for
between
Cardano,
4, 6, 7%. What I've
yeah,
noticed.
yeah, which is still pretty good, right? And then you get paid. I believe it's weekly, so you get paid. Like my payout is like, I think it's on a Monday morning or something like that. So it's a, again, if you're planning on holding in the bull market and just, or maybe long term, I don't know, whatever your timeline is, this is a great way to make like some side income. And a lot of, again, there's Cardano, there's also sites like BlockFi, which basically allow you to open an account with them, transfer your Bitcoin or Ethereum, and stake with them for, I think, uh, their Bitcoin Ethereum is at 5.6%. You can also stake stable coins there, which is basically like any cryptocurrency that's pegged to US dollars. So it will never be more than $1 or less than $1.
So,
Um,
so pretty much with staking, what you're doing is you're using your crypto in
mhm.
order to help that eco structure, right? So
Correct.
if
Yeah.
transfers are being made, if anything is happening on that specific blockchain for that
Yeah.
crypto, you're helping out the pretty much the ecosystem,
Mhm.
which in turn rewards you by giving you a small payment in that specific cryptocurrency. So let's say if you're staking Cardano, you will get a small percentage back in Cardano. It's like making some passive income. And
Yeah.
then Bit
That's correct.
Coinbase, I think you just need to hold your crypto in Coinbase and it will automatically stake, but I'm not too sure about that. Binance, it is like that in Binance, but Binance.us, but the amount of crypto that you can stake is pretty limited.
Hmm.
Cardano is not even on the list. And then with BlockFi is more like a savings account, so they lend out your crypto to bigger institutions and companies, and in return you make a percentage back in interest, kind of like a savings account, but it's a lot higher. um,
Yeah.
Bitcoin and BlockFi is 6% at the moment. It always
Oh,
fluctuates,
that's
of
really good.
course.
Yeah.
Ethereum 5.25%, Litecoin 6.5%.
Mhm.
Last time I checked. Yeah.
Yeah, and so with just like with everything else, right? There's this all sounds great, but there's also caveats. Like it's none of the stuff is FDIC insured. So if something
Oh yeah.
happens, you or you know, if if something happens, and like not saying that obviously not saying that BlockFi is never going to run away with your money or anything like that, but like if there is some kind of a hack or something like this, some kind of security issue, or and your funds are lost, there it's on the company to repay you. Nobody's going to step in and basically there's no insurance company that's going to pay you out. So those are the things you have to kind of pay attention to and consider when you're staking your funds. Also with things like BlockFi, they essentially open a wallet for you, a digital wallet for your Bitcoin or Ethereum, and you're moving your funds from Coinbase or your hardware wallet
That's what
to
I had to do.
BlockFi. So you're essentially giving up the private key of your funds to BlockFi. So if something were to happen, they're in total responsibility of like maintaining your funds. Again, that's another security concern. Um, I'm not saying that anything will happen, but it certainly could. It's probably unlikely. BlockFi is pretty well regarded in the space. I think one of their biggest partners is Fidelity,
Wow.
and so they're pretty they're doing pretty good. And yeah, like you said, the funds essentially the way they make you money is by you contributing to the platform. So like for BlockFi, yeah, there's different ways they basically are able to pay you back. One of the ways is to essentially uh, provide the funds that you stake for loans, for crypto loans. So if somebody wants to take a loan out on BlockFi, they can basically they're essentially lending them your money, and and then when they pay you back, when the money gets paid back, they pay you the interest
Yep.
the interest earned
And
on it.
and BlockFi is not the only player in town. Celsius is one. You got a
Hmm.
couple of them, pretty much. So are those pretty much like the two main ways to make some passive income by staking and by using websites like BlockFi? Or are those two pretty much the main ways of making passive income, or are there some additional ones? Because those are the only two that I know.
Yeah, those are pretty much the ones. That's how I kind of that's what I use.
Yeah,
There
me
might be
too.
other ways that uh, I'm not really familiar with anything else that's as easy to use, and it's pretty it's pretty easy to set up for a newbie, right?
Yeah,
If you're new to the space, staking is your friend. Like it's really good to do. The one thing that I would recommend is like I said, because with Cardano it's pretty safe in the way the nature of the way you delegate to the stake. The money is in your wallet, so it doesn't actually leave your wallet. So it's actually a very very safe way to delegate your Cardano or stake your Cardano and get paid, because the money never leaves your wallet. It's very secure. Like with BlockFi and Coinbase, that's not the case. You're putting your funds in someone else's wallet to basically to kind of delegate. So it's there's some drawbacks, but overall, like my advice would be to with something, if there is a risk, don't put all of your eggs in the
in
same
one basket.
basket. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So again, delegate what you're comfortable, or stake what you're comfortable
yeah, that
staking.
makes sense.
Maybe it's 20-30%, whatever it is for you, right? It's different for every person. Whatever you're comfortable with. So just make sure that you are aware of the risk. Like it's none of the stuff is FDIC insured. You can't lose your money.